Whilst the Normandy beaches will always forever be connected to the events of 1944 and D-Day, visitors may be forgiven for asking, where did the armada of ships come from? Most assume it must be Dover or perhaps Portsmouth, because it is the traditional home of the Royal Navy. Not many would link the present home of the UK cruising fleet with the liberation of Europe in 1944, but passengers on the ships that nowadays use the docks might be surprised to learn that the same quaysides were the springboard for the landing craft used during the Second World War and Operation Overlord. Southampton was the principal embarkation port for US troops, with over 2 million GIs leaving for Normandy from the port. Allied planners had long been aware of the magnitude and complexity of staging a seaborne invasion, and the theory and techniques of mounting had developed through a long period of trial and error. Exercise Harlequin, held in September 1943, had set the pattern for the eventual development of the mounting procedure. For most units, the process involved 3 successive steps: assembly, marshalling, and embarkation. The mounting process normally began with a movement of troops from their home stations to the concentration area. The purpose of this step was to reassemble units which, for one reason or another, had been split up in the United Kingdom, and to replace equipment and supplies which had been lost, damaged, or consumed in their training or in carrying out earlier tasks. Besides the embarkation of troops, Southampton was used for other purposes in the preparation for the liberation of Europe. US servicemen and Lend-Lease imports arrived at the docks. Sections of the Mulberry Harbour were constructed in the docks. A planning team for Pluto, the pipeline under the sea that provided fuel for Normandy, was based at HMS Abatos. Southampton was at the heart of Area C, a large marshalling area in southern Hampshire, which extended as far north as Winchester. Detailed maps of the time show that within Area C, Sub-Area Z extended around the north of Southampton as far as Hedge End in the east. There were military camps on the Common, C-18, C-19, C-20, C-21, Harefield, Thornhill, C-2, Botley, C-3, and Netley Common, also C-3. The town centre, the docks, Woolston and Weston, were part of embarkation area C-5. The plan was that troops and equipment would be assembled in the camps in sub-areas W, X, Y and Z, then brought to the embarkation area to be loaded aboard the ships that were waiting for them there. That plan was tested in May 1944 during Operation Fabius, with troops that passed through Southampton rehearsing their landings at Hayling Island, Bracklesham Bay and Littlehampton. Military Movement Control set up its headquarters in the South Western Hotel, and the docks were expanded with temporary hards for docking this fleet being constructed, new rail depots and sidings, aerodromes and stockpiles of fuel, food and almost every type of supply imaginable, hidden away in the hinterland of Southampton. Mulberry harbours and rhino pontoons for ferrying tanks, etc., from ship to shore were assembled close by in the neighbouring inlets and creeks. Every road, lane and field surrounding the city was filled with military vehicles and personnel. In all, an incredible 2/3 of all those who were part of the initial assault sailed from Southampton. More than 250,000 vehicles were shipped out of Southampton, and over 3.5 million troops between D-Day and the end of the war. But perhaps because of the secrecy and deception that necessarily surrounded Operation Overlord, the significance of the port on D-Day is not always acknowledged or remembered.